yesterday. He had
Okay. Okay.
a gold sparkly shirt complete with a huge gown with it looked
Yeah.
like dragons all over it. It was
You
quite
know,
interesting to say the least.
I I saw him in a play once here in New York City, and he can really sing. He has a great voice. I also ran into him at a gym that I work out at, and at the time he was more masculine looking. Now he looks emaciated. Looks like he's trying to, I don't know, look like a woman. I don't know,
Say,
but
it wouldn't take much to look more masculine than he did last night.
right. But that outfit, a friend sent it to me. I'm like,
Very disappointed in Brad Pitt's speech, that's for sure.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
a pretty big Brad Pitt fan of his movies and his roles, and he just went. It's kind of surprising because I know he hangs out with Kanye West. He goes to a lot of his
yeah,
gospel things. So, yeah, I was kind of surprised that Brad Pitt took the position that all of a sudden he needs to be political and
right.
he's alienated half his fan base.
Well, I'm like off and on with Brad Pitt. I do believe that he's a good actor. He's a good character actor. I think as he's aged, because of the things he's gone through, drinking and whatnot, he looks a bit on the rough side. But I mean, I would say Brad should be seen and not heard unless he's being heard on the movie screen. And to go that route with, President 45, that's more time than they gave John Bolton to testify. I got to keep telling people, and you got to wake up and listen. John Bolton had every opportunity, or the Congress had every opportunity to subpoena John Bolton to testify when this matter was in the House. Why didn't they do it? Taking it to the Senate is not the time or the place for him to testify. You don't have witnesses there. They could have called all the witnesses in the world when it was in the House. Why didn't they? Why didn't Chuck Schumer tell Nadler, Nancy Pelosi, and Schiff subpoena John Bolton and everyone else, subpoena everyone in the White House? Why didn't they? What would have happened is President Trump would have said, no, executive privilege. Then they would have taken it to court. But to come out and say, oh, well, we didn't do it in the Senate is ridiculous. For Mitt Romney to say, I want to hear them testify is ridiculous. Folks, you're being had. They're treating you as if though you don't know how the government works. Even now, if John Bolton wants to testify, if he wants to do an interview, let him do it. He's written a book. Okay, he'll probably have something in the book to that effect. I don't know. I'm not going to read his book because I think he should cut off that mustache. It looks kind of stupid. Okay, but again, he can talk to whomever he wants to talk. But I would say this, I would couch it with this. If he opens his mouth or if he says in the book that something inappropriate or nefarious took place with President Trump and that he was trying to pressure the Ukrainian leader to investigate Joe Biden, run the tape with John Bolton saying nothing nefarious took place. He did what he had to do. The conversation was perfect. Just run the tape side by side. When he's lying, just run the tape. Don't forget about the tape. I have the tape. If he comes out and says something otherwise, I will retweet it again because I've already tweeted it before. In addition to John Bolton saying that there was nothing wrong with the conversation, Mr. Brad Pitt, you should also remember that he spoke to Judge Napolitano. And what did John Bolton say? He said that he would lie to protect the country. He would lie to frame a story. So do we believe him then? Or do we believe him now? Or when he's going to release his book? So I say to Brad Pitt, stick to making movies. Try to re-engage with Jennifer Aniston. I think you guys were a lovely couple. She's single now. Angelina Jolie, she's, nutty. Go back to Jennifer Aniston. Maybe you guys can make babies or set up house. But as far as politics, no one wants to hear what you guys think. Do you even vote? Be a doer and not a talker. Go out there, help the homeless. Because I even heard that those houses that you were building in New Orleans after the Hurricane Katrina, they're falling apart. Look into taking care of that. But as far as giving us political advice, no thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
No thanks at all.
I think Brad's been on a little bit too much of the weed from what I've heard. Speaking of which, how about Joaquin Phoenix's speech about cows and how inhumane it is to take them and then milk them and then we drink the milk and all this other crap. He got endorsed by PETA after his speech, at least, I guess, if that's what he was going for.
I think that he's a great actor. I enjoy watching him. I will always go back to the movie he made, I think, in the 1995 or 96 with Nicole Kidman, To Die For. To me, that was his breakout role. I don't know if you saw it, Andy, but it was superb. I love that movie. He should have been nominated for an Oscar. Now, fast forward. I haven't seen The Joker. I heard that it was a good movie.
It was a very good film.
I got to see it. I liked him. I also liked him in the movie with Russell Crowe, Gladiator. I liked him in that. So I think that he's a good actor. I will eventually see The Joker. But as far as giving me advice on politics, again, save it for your girlfriend. Save it for your group of friends. I don't want to hear it from you. I'm not going to even listen to you. I'm not going to even take you seriously. Okay, this is part of a big push that the left is doing to try and, get people to stop eating meat. We should all eat plants. Meat is bad for you. We shouldn't drink milk. And we shouldn't do this. Before long, we shouldn't eat plants. And if you recall some time ago, we discussed this NYU professor, Joshua Spodek, and I think it's Spodek, and him talking about, living his values and how he doesn't push things like that on people. He doesn't eat meat. He only eats plant-based foods, but he's not going to push on someone else. And that's what I would say.
It seems like it's propaganda to get people ready for the Green New Deal.
Exactly. That's what it is. So with him coming out there saying that, I think did he endorse Bernie Sanders? I can't remember, but him coming out saying, that, we're milking the cows and it's not fair. I guess we should get a permission slip from the cow. Dear Mr. Cow or Mrs. Cow, are you okay with me milking you so that I can give your milk to my newborn child? Just want to know. Please sign here. And then I guess the cow's supposed to respond with the 2 moos, yes, 1 moo, no. Folks, come on. The same thing with meat. I don't particularly like beef, I guess because I can't make a steak. But I'm not going to push that on you and say, you can't eat steak because you're killing that cow and that cow doesn't want to be killed. And this and that. It's like, come on, time out. We got to stop this. We got to stop it. Okay. If you want to eat chicken, if you want to eat pork, go for it. That's what it was breeded for. Okay.
Not everyone's into soy lattes.
Right. Oh my God. And man, stay away from soy. Okay. We got the knucklehead up in Canada who's Mr. Soy King. No, everyone's not into that stuff. So it's like in moderation, if a person wants to do it, let them without trying to make them feel guilty about it. It's like, come on. So I would say to Joaquin Phoenix, go make Joker 2, but don't get on stage trying to tell me about, don't milk the cow because it's not fair and she don't want you pulling on her and she don't, come on, stop.
Did you see that Billy Porter's outfit yesterday? He had a gold sparkly shirt complete with a huge gown with it looked like dragons all over it. It was interesting to say the least. I saw him in a play once here in New York City, and he can really sing. He has a great voice. I also ran into him at a gym that I work out at, and at the time he was more masculine looking. Now he looks emaciated. Looks like he's trying to, I don't know, look like a woman. I don't know. But it wouldn't take much to look more masculine than he did last night.
Right. But that outfit, a friend sent it to me. I'm like, are you serious? He pulled the same thing during the Golden Globes. Now, to each his own. I don't care what your sexuality is, but clearly I think that Billy Porter is trying to push an agenda. Not only Billy Porter, but I think not too long ago, what's the guy's name? Pharrell came out. He was on the cover of a magazine in some big balloon dress. John Legend wore some type of skirt dress. There's this guy from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He is always seen on the red carpet in dresses. Now, back in the day, biblical times, men wore sarongs. Okay. I'm okay with that. I have no beef with that. But what's happening today with the colorful and the sparkles and all of this other stuff. It's as if though it's being pushed in our faces. Men wearing heels. I saw it in the airport once. There was a Goldman Sachs executive or Charles Schwab executive retrieving his luggage in shorts and pumps. Now, from what I hear from women, it is very difficult wearing heels. It's not comfortable at all. But you have a certain set of men who, want to defy the odds and I'm going to put on heels. They're trying to make a point. They're pushing this in our face. So I would say to Billy Porter, it's not something that I would wear. I definitely don't want to tell you what to wear. But would it have been nice had you put on a very nice tuxedo, maybe with a gold shirt? That would have been so nice, and you could have been making a point by saying, look, I'm gay, but I don't have to dress that way. I don't have to try to make a statement, because what statement are you trying to make? Are you just trying to get attention? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just the timing and what we see and what's being pushed out there to our kids. Yes, we have our brothers and sisters who are gay. They're straight. Some would say they're bisexual. But when they start going down the hill with, I'm a trying, I'm a flying, I'm a this, the buck stops here. Okay? Because when you're born with a penis or a vagina. And if you've never seen it, let me encourage you to go to the bathroom, pull down your pants, raise up your dress, and look. Get a mirror and look. And if you see something that's long there, you are a male. If you don't see that, you're a female. Let's stop trying to confuse people, because we want to do these experiments and say, oh, well, no, I'm a this or I'm a that. Oh, I don't know what I am. Wrong. And if you're confused and if you need help, I will volunteer and I will go with you and I'll tell you what you see, okay? But let's stop all this nonsense. If you're gay, be glad, be proud. If you're a lesbian, be glad, be proud. But this other stuff that's being pushed just for attention, I'm sorry, folks, it's wrong. Mm-hmm. It's simply wrong.
It's part of the left's moral decay of society.
Of identity politics that they themselves can't even keep up with.
Yes, the flamboyantness, it's like, as you said, it's just to push it on children. The LGBT, I seen something where they were bragging the other day that there's more children that come out as gay than ever before in America. Well, you wonder why when that's crap like that on television constantly.
Well, yeah, and the other thing is, they say that there's more children that are coming out. There are more kids that are coming out that are confused because their parents are pushing this on them. Absolutely. I did an article, and I think Melissa Lazy Meatball did an article about this one lady who was trying to say that her son was he was gay. He wanted to be a little girl. When in actuality, she was trying to push that on him. I mean, when kids are born, when they're growing up, they don't know if they're male or female. But as time goes by, they intuitively they know that, hey, I'm a boy and I'm a girl. But we have people in society who are educated that are trying to push something different by telling their kids, oh no, am I a little boy? What, do you think you're a little boy? Oh, you can be a little girl if you want to be a little girl. And then this whole thing with
hormone treatments.
Well, hormone treatments, which is wrong. And then this whole thing with color. I see a lot. I mean, me personally, I have a pink shirt. I see nothing wrong with pink. I have pink socks. I have pink underwear. I see nothing wrong with it. But you have the left trying to push the pink to say that, hey, if you're a man, you better wear a pink scrubs. You better wear a pink uniform when you're playing basketball or when you're playing football. That is so wrong, because if pink is just a neutral color, why are you trying to push it that way? I mean, this has got to stop. We've got to stop. And that is the reason why I support Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a level-minded person, and he sees what's happening. No, he's not homophobic. No, he's not xenophobic. Okay? But what he does see is that he sees this weird scientific project that's being pushed on us, that's taking place, that is going to ultimately be our demise, and we've got to stop it.
Absolutely. Just kind of odd how the left is all about accepting all this LGBT community stuff, but then we've seen that meme of President Trump that was probably photoshopped of his tan. Did you see that? Where President Trump tweeted it out, where his
Yep.
tan was messed up, and yeah, the left just made fun of the guy for days on that. It's just
Absolutely. Right. And if there's
shows their true character.
their true character, and if they say that, there's nothing wrong with it, why would they, if you recall back when he was elected the first 2 years, they had a picture of him and Putin kissing each other. I'm like, okay, but I thought you said that was okay. So I would think that you wouldn't want to put that out in a negative fashion, but they weren't putting it out to celebrate, same-sex marriages or whatnot. They were putting it out to make fun of him. So then I would say to my fellow LGBTQ community, why aren't you guys pushing back on this? This is so wrong. If you're telling us there's nothing wrong with it, then why are you allowing them to make fun of it? Why are you allowing them to make fun of the president? That is so wrong. And now, speaking of the president, just the other day, yesterday, they stopped a potential person around the White House grounds who had a knife, saying that he was going to go in and harm the president. Now, see, these are the things that the president encounters probably on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And the media...
There was that lady who drove through the gate at Mar-a-Lago that got arrested.
Exactly. And the media, they behave as if, though, it's okay because it was President Trump. And we don't care about President Trump. Had it been Barack Obama, they would have been doing 12 different stories about it. I'm like, again, folks, you got to wake up. You don't have to like Donald Trump. And maybe to you, he's a bit crude. Maybe he's not polished. Maybe he says things that you wouldn't say. But you know what I would say to you? Look at what he's doing and what he has done and what he continues to do. Going back to the State of the Union address, a lot of on the left, they were mad because they say that he was pandering to black voters. Well, heck, if that's what it takes, do it. Because he should get the black vote. A friend of mine sent me some statistics, some numbers saying that a large majority of black men support Donald Trump, whereas black women don't. And I'm like, why do you think that is? Well, I'll tell you why it is. Because a lot of these black women, they want to water down men. So they don't like the fact that these men are thinking for themselves. And speaking along those same lines, there's another journalist. Her name is Karine something. She's almost always on MSNBC. She's black. And she made the comment, I think earlier today, in relationship to the Gayle King story, as to how she protected Kamala Harris when Kamala was being accosted by someone on stage. And I remember that clip, and I think I tweeted about it. But today she was saying that, it's really sad. And she tweeted about this, and I responded to her. She said that there's no one out there to protect the black women. So in essence, what she's saying is that the black man is useless. He can't protect the black woman. And in the same voice, what they will point back to is they'll say, the black man, they're weak. Well, are you saying the black men are weak because of Billy Porter? He's wearing a dress? Is that as a reason why the black man can't protect the black women? So there's so many different sides that when people are putting things out there, you got to stop and say, wait a minute, what are you saying? You're saying that you have to protect Kamala Harris because there was no black man to protect them? Well, maybe you should tell Billy Porter, Billy, take up your skirt and your heels so that you can protect us black women. But you don't see that story. And that is the reason why I say the left, they're so confused with this entire identity politics. They don't know where they're going with it, but they keep putting it out there. This is a bunch of rubbish. It's confusing. Sometimes I don't know what's up and what's down. Like the other day when I heard that men can have periods, I'm thinking, wait, did I miss something? Did I miss that in biology? Is it that I could have a period and I didn't? Oh, to find out what they were talking about was that they had a little girl who was converting over because her mom or her dad decided to pump her up with hormones to make her look like a boy, but she still had her female sex organs. So when she would go to school, they were telling her, oh, it's okay, you're a little boy, but little boys have periods also. Wrong. She's still a little girl no matter how you try to change it. Okay? So this is a nonsense that kids are enduring in school. And can you imagine if you have a 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 7-year-old, they're hearing this and they're thinking, wait a minute, what are you saying? So they're teaching them at a young age that boys can have periods so that when they reach the age of puberty, they'll say, oh yeah, boys can have periods. It is so wrong. This has got to stop, folks. We got to stop it because it's confusing. You're going to have a generation of kids that are so confused. They're going to be on pills because they're stressed out. And you're going to have a huge population of kids that are committing suicide. It's got to stop.
Yep, that's a big part of the Hollywood and Oscars culture for sure is all
Yep.
the lunacy that they're pushing on children. Well, Rob, I appreciate you sitting down today. Thanks for
Yes.
having another great episode. We'll see you again later this week or perhaps early next week.